Hello everyone. Today I would be sharing a video about the management of moderate floppy iris during the vacoemulsification. Toric IVL implantation has been planned and digital marking system used for the IVL alignment and incision placement. Successful registration of a digital system done. Side port incision was made with 20 gauge MVR blade since patient was 75 years old male patient and he was on tamsulosin for the last couple of years. Fortunately, the pupil was adequately dilated. To avoid the iris flutter, intracameral 1 is to 1000 sulfate free and preservative free epinephrine further dilated to 1 is to 3 to make the concentration of epinephrine 1 is to 4000 was instilled in the antechamber. You can see that even with the side port incision, which is smaller than 1 millimeter, the iris started prolapsing. So after making the main port incision, I instilled more of epinephrine to give tone to the iris. To push the iris back, it is always recommended to use high viscosity viscoelastic instead of dispersive viscoelastics. So with the use of intracameral epinephrine and high viscosity viscoelastic, iris becomes tonic and it remained pushed back and there was no prolapse through the main port or side port incision. So I started my capsular access of around 5.5 millimeter size and I completed it without any problem. Hydro procedures were being performed gently and keeping in the mind that we should not make much change in the pressure gradients of antechamber so that we can avoid the iris movements and pupillary constriction. By this time, we can become more aware about the behavior of iris and we can predict about the tendency of flutter during phacoemulsification. If we find a lot of movements or iris flutter during phacoemulsification, you can reduce the phacofluidesis and parameters, and by this definitely we can reduce the iris billowing and phacoemulsification can be performed very easily. As we all know that tamsulosin basically dilates the urinary bladder neck to avoid the urinary retention. It also acts on iris dilators and makes them weaker. During preoperative assessment at the time of fundus examination, you can assess the pupillary dilatation. And if the pupil is not well dilating during preoperative examination, then 1% atropine 3 times a day for 1 or 3 days prior to the surgery definitely helps to avoid the iris flutter during the surgery. Peroperatively, definitely intracameral epinephrine, high viscosity viscoelastics, and in case of more of iris flutter, we can also use iris hooks and other pupillary expander devices to stabilize the iris. I hope this information would help you to manage the moderate amount of floppy iris in your future cases. Thanks for watching.